Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the Genshin 4.5 update. Now, look, I'm not somebody who likes to be overtly negative, but to say my feelings on Genshin Impact's 4.5 update are positive and any sort of light would be a lie. That being said, it is an update of all time, and there was still some good things sprinkled in there. So let's talk about Genshin Impact 4.5. Oh yeah, and if you haven't already, subscribe wherever the camera is. Trying to hit the big 100. That's backwards. Wait, 100. But let's talk about this update. So the VOD was 25 minutes total, which for a Genshin live stream, that's usually pretty short. Typically, these usually go for about 40. Now, I will admit there were a couple interesting things in this live stream. There were a couple good parts. I really do enjoy Chiori, to be honest, and I actually like some of the graphics in this with Kirara, and some of the visuals are actually pretty nice. And to be honest, Chiori looks like a pretty fun character, to be honest. The Thundering Seamstress. I really like her design, to be honest. I think she's a pretty character, but after the release of Navia, I don't know if we can really get a better Geo character, so I'm a little indifferent towards Chiori, to say the least. She kind of seems like maybe a Geo Kaching, if I had to be honest. She can like basically throw this little dart and then infuse her sword with Geo, which is pretty cool, and I do like that ability. And honestly, Geo Kaching does sound kind of cool, but again, I don't know if she can be better than Navia was. The only thing that makes her a little more interesting than like a Kaching or an Alhaitham is that she can do these plunging attacks, as you just saw there. She can like jump down, do a plunging attack, and then you can actually switch out to another character in the middle of that plunging attack. I think they show that somewhere here. Yep. And then you go down and then you can use Navia or any other character and then activate the ability, which is actually pretty neat, switching into another character in the middle of a plunging attack. So hopefully she will at least be a decently strong Geo support. And we also have those like little Geo dolls that spawn all around, which look pretty neat. Can't say too much about her kit as right now, as we don't have all the details, but overall pretty design, looks pretty fun, and hopefully she will be a really strong character, because if she isn't, then 4.5 will have about nothing in it. Because after the release of Chiori, I mean, I don't even know what else we got in this, to be honest. We got the Chiori story quest, which I'm gonna keep it real, I have not completed my story quests in a long time. I think my last story quest was, man, I can't even remember anymore. It's been so long since I've done a story quest in this game. But anyways, we got new Chiori story quest, which will hopefully be good. I know she's like a fashion designer or something, so maybe we'll have some appearances from other characters in that story quest. We're gonna get a hangout series with Lynette. I actually like Lynette. Maybe I'll try that one out. I don't know. As for our character event banners, we're gonna have Chiori and Arataki Ito on the first one, which is pretty cool. I know a lot of people like Ito. I like Ito, so I'd be happy with that. But the real juice, the real juice is on the second phase, because on the second phase, we have probably the most stacked banners I've ever seen. Kazuha and Nuvolette on the same phase is insane, and probably one of the only redeeming things about this update. If there's ever a time to spend your Primo Gems, it would be on one of these two banners right here, because these two characters are broken as hell. We also got the new weapon, Uraka Misuguri, which looks interesting. Can't say too much about that yet. And then we have the main thing which I wanted to talk about in this video, which is the new event wish, Chronicled Wish, which is honestly probably the biggest controversial topic, I guess, of this entire program, because after this, I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot of just events, which, you know, I'm probably gonna play through the events, but man, events for me are tough because there's no real content in them. And as a content creator, I want to make content on Genshin, but these events really don't allow for that. It's like petting kitties in your teapot, which is cool for casuals, but again, as a content creator, I want to make content on this. I want to be able to talk about the game and play it. So it's a little frustrating, but like nobody wants to sit here and watch me kill slimes with a little pew pew thing for 10 hours. Like that's just not interesting content. I like maybe as a solo player or for a younger audience maybe, but for me, it's really tough. Some of these combat things are pretty fun though. Like this one looks a little fun maybe with potions and whatnot. I can't really remember this event all that well, but it is a combat event, so I'll probably enjoy it. But anyways, we got a little distracted there. Let's talk about this new event wish. So we're going to get 6 new characters on a designated separate banner from the main one. We're going to have Eula, Mona, Albedo, Diluc, Jean, Klee on a banner, and you can basically choose one of them as your designated 5-star to go for. Now, 3 of those you can already get from standard banner. The other 3 are new, however. We also have 3 new weapons that you can now get in the Hunter's Path, the Beacon of the Reed Sea, and the Song of Broken Pines, which are all decent weapons. Song of Broken Pines is really only good for maybe Eula and Razor. But overall, this banner is a little deceiving, and let me explain why. Well, first of all, you have to use Intertwined Fates. So that's the first reason this banner is a slight bit of a scam. You have to use Intertwined Fates anyways, so that's going to take away from your opportunities to roll for the other limited characters if you wanted to. So to be honest, if you're a free-to-play player, I would not recommend rolling on this banner. These 5-stars are decent, but none of them are like groundbreaking 5-stars like Kozua and Nouvelette are. They're all like decent 5-stars that can work in certain team comps. Eula, Klee, and Diluc are all like, I don't know, probably like A tier, B tier DPSs. Jean has been really good with Farina, but other than that, I don't find too much use for Jean. It also still takes 90 pity, like everything does in this game. So overall, I don't know. I'm a little indifferent towards it. I probably won't roll on it, but I can see it being useful for, I don't know, certain people who want certain characters. But I think it's very person to person on how useful this is. So overall, I'd say it's a bit of a mediocre change. I think they could have maybe optimize the system better. I'm personally indifferent towards it, but if you like it, hey, congrats, man. You got something useful out of this update. Because, you know, for the rest of us, we got a TCG update. Woo! Yeah, man. TCG. Do people still play this game? I don't know one human being alive who plays TCG. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I actually had fun with it, but I don't know, just kind of like the whole community got over it, and if nobody else is gonna watch videos on me playing TCG, I mean, I don't really have a reason to play it then. And then the last thing we got in this short little live stream is the character optimization recommendation feature, which is, I don't know, cool, I guess, for new players, but for like guide makers on YouTube, I feel like this is gonna hurt their channel, because why watch a guide if the guide's implemented in game? Not that these are all knowing and all right, as we see Prototype Crescent is recommended for Amber, which is okay. And then we got what, Prototype Ragnar recommended for Kaya? I mean, hey, maybe it's just an example. I mean, this actually isn't implemented in game yet, so this could just be an example of what it's really going to be. But overall, again, I'm indifferent on this feature. As you know, a long-term player, this isn't going to help somebody like me when I have about a million different YouTubers I can go watch who probably make guides that are 10 times more in-depth than what this little, you know, thing provides. But I guess for new players, it adds a little something. But, you know, to summarize my thoughts on this live stream, I'm frustrated, I guess, because I understand that it's, you know, a filler update, but for me, it's like, as somebody who wants to make content on the game, I'm like, what am I gonna talk about for the next month and a half now? Like, I'll get a video or two out of Chiori, but after that, like, what do I do for the next month and a half? Like, there's just nothing to really make videos about. So it's a little tough for me. I understand it's a filler patch, and I do still think there's a couple little tidbits of good things in there. So if you enjoy the patch, you know, all respect to you. But for me, it's just a little harder to enjoy a filler patch, even though I know we're going to be working on bigger things for the future, like Notland, which who knows when that's coming out, but that's going to be super fun. And I understand we can't get a new region every single update. We can't get new artifact domains and new outfits every single update, and that's fine. But this just felt like a little bit less from the past like 4 or 5 updates. But with that all being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, that's gonna be all for me today. Peace.